Okay, just as I shut off the video, you might have heard the audible warning, and that was my friendly aircraft annunciation system telling me that I'm low on fuel. That's okay. Now, another thing about 1.5.5 is it's easier to find and spot the airports and airfields from a further distance. And those of you in VR, no, that's a much needed help. So it's much appreciated. Like I said, I think, let me slow down. I'm not a pilot by any means, so, and it is just as well. I get to fly. This is a good way to fly high performance aircraft, a lot cheaper, and it doesn't hurt so bad when you crash. I really hate crashing. And as I've mentioned before in one of my earlier videos, one reason I hate crashing is in DCS world, when you crash the airplane and you expire, so to speak, it's like you fly off out of your body. And that just messes with my mind. I mean, it really just kind of turns my stomach upside down. And so I have a real, literal sense and dread, even though I'm not really in airplane, I am in VR, of crashing. It's pretty amazing. I mean, it really is amazing. So, anyway, let's call inbound. Model stock 102 inbound. Let's repeat it. Profile reset. That resets the profile for Viacom. Model stock 102 inbound.
Ассистент 102. Возврат. 102. Ассистент. Следуйте курсом 130. Удаление 1.6. Давление 746,18. Посадочный 0.8. Занимайте высоту круга.
Heading. Well, okay. Like I said, I'm not a pilot. I haven't learned about approach patterns yet. So I'm just going to kind of make my own. And there again, see, I'm at a far enough distance now, I don't really recognize where the airfield is. But I think I see it over there. And again, this video is just kind of a demonstration. If you have I'm flying this using the HTC Vive, but the Oculus Rift is the same thing. If you have either one, you can download DCS World for free from, I believe it's digitalcombatsimulations.com or simulator.com. Just do a Google search. Or even from Steam itself, and you can fly this bird. Because it's not the full clickable cockpit, it's a great way, if you're not real familiar with aircraft, to get into this and to learn it. And it is amazing. I mean, it's like you're sitting in the Su-25. Okay, I believe that's the airport ahead of me. And like I said, in 1.5.4, I would not have been able to spot the airport from even this distance. And I know in the video you probably can't see it, but I'm looking directly at it at this point. So. And I may do a little bit of a cutout right in here, just so that you're not having to watch me come back to the airport from such a distance. Of course, Matt's video lessons are still up there. Well, maybe not, because I'm close enough now that I should be getting instructions to contact approach here in a minute. Keeping my airspeed about 340 knots or kilometers per hour. I think that's kilometers per hour. The lighting effect on the environment is different. It looks better than 1.5.4. So this is it's an improvement. Again, this is the Caucasus region. It's
102. Работайте с посадкой.
all right. There's my handoff to approach. I'll give them a couple minutes before I call. Seems like if I call for clearance to land right after I get my handoff, it doesn't work all the time. Mozdok 102, request landing clearance.
Ассистент, 102. Разрешите посадку.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. There's my airport. I was looking at the river. Okay. Let's see. I can still land this thing, I think. Flaps down.
Ассистент, проверьте выпуск шасси. Ветер у земли 0,90,
Okay.
скорость 5 метров в секунду. Посадочный 0,8.
Gear down. Air brakes out. That's kind of a oops. Air brakes back in. Not really a good landing, but you know what? Or good approach. But it's salvageable. Keeping the nose up, or trying to. And I am going to pop the chute. And that's the noise you hear. And it does slow you down. All right, release the chute.
102. Заруливайте на стоянку.
So, taxi back to my originating spot. And we'll do a little sightseeing on the way. One of the nice little touches, even in this, I hate to call it a dumbed down version, but let's say simplified version, is like when I actuate the brakes, you can see the brake pressures actuating. That's kind of just a neat little feature. And there are a few other little things in here too that are modeled that kind of make it cool. Okay. I'm going to turn off right here. Now, I don't know why that light is in the middle of this turn off. Maybe I'm not supposed to be using it, but you know what? I'm using it anyway. I have been. I haven't yet run over the light yet, so. Now, one of the things about recording videos in using VR versus Track IR, which is a great product, is that the inherent implementation of Track VR, IR gives you kind of a camera stabilization feature. But when you're using VR, it is not so. It's not at all. So when anyone's recording a video from the user's perspective in virtual reality, you don't have any camera stabilization whatsoever. And as far as filmmakers and such will tell you, that doesn't inherently make good videos. So one of the things I have to concentrate on doing is not wildly moving my head around as you would in normal life. I mean, in normal life, in something like this, your head is on a swivel and you're moving around constantly. But it makes it for kind of a disorientating experience for the viewer of the video, is the best way to say it. Now, as I fly by these Mi-26s and Anatols and the cargo planes, I forgot what they are, but they're full size. I'm seeing these things at full size, so it's fairly awesome. It really makes for just taxiing around on the ramp in VR. It's just kind of fun in itself, let alone the flying. So I'm coming up on a row of, I think they're called the L39s, a new module that I think it's actually the newest module that Eagle Dynamics team itself has put out, and it's they're pretty cool. It's really neat. I haven't flown one yet, but I have purchased it. Bought them when they were actually on sale. So. Really nice looking models. So again, is I just wish so much that Oculus and HTC Vive would put out 4K HMDs, because first off, still doesn't get as close to 32K resolution of what we are capable of seeing, but it effectively doubles what we are seeing in the current first generation of consumer VR headsets. And that in itself would just be a magnificent improvement. Of course, there's a whole different argument on the hardware to drive such a thing, but I think it's possible. Might have to wait till the GeForce 1180s are out, but maybe the 1080 Ti will be able to do it whenever that comes out. So. Another Su-25T. And let me put my flaps up. I think I came out of this one. I don't know if I came out of this one or that one, but I'm going to go to this one. Reverb. And I like doing these missions from start to finish. Pretty much in the sense that Bunyap does. Just adds for me a little sense of realism. Okay, turn around. I wish we had a ground crew member to marshal us in and around, but maybe someday Eagle Dynamics will have the time to implement such a feature. All right, let's shut down engines. Left engine. Right engine. Open the canopy. Another little thing that was added to 1.5.5 is before, when you shut down the engines, it's like when they got to a certain point, the sound just cut out. But now you can listen to them just slowly and completely spool all the way down. That's kind of nice. So let's turn the nav lights off. And turn electrical power off. How does that? And folks, that completes this mission and the recording of this mission. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like if you do. And thank you for watching.